Hello and welcome to this very special interview. Joining me today is Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, someone who cuts across a spectrum of people, right from corporates to the masses, when it comes to understanding how to lead a good, peaceful life. Thank you very much, Sadhguru, for talking to us and our viewers and sharing your thoughts with them. Sadhguru, these days the mood, the environment is so gloomy. You know, there's so much of bad news all around us. What should we do about it?
That is true only for those people who are thinking same-sex is universe. They're not paying attention to any other aspect of life than the fluctuations of financial markets. I'm not saying they're not important, but I think we have a completely ill-perceived idea of what finances are, what markets are. All these things we created for our convenience and well-being. We could have gone back to, we started with barter trading. I have a bag of rice, you have a chicken, and we made a deal. From there we have come to complex market systems, essentially for our convenience, not to complicate our life, not to make a misery of our lives, to have a more organized, stable financial situations for everybody's lives. But today it's become such a game that it is causing gloom, as you say. So we need to understand this. Economics, as we know it today, is essentially one aspect of our life to make the material aspect of our life convenient and comfortable, so that it's organized in such a way it does not absorb us fully, it does not drain us fully, it does not exhaust us, that we can handle it in an organized way, so that we can attend to other aspects of being human. But unfortunately today, in many ways, we are allowing the economics to drive the world. The economic engine is driving the whole world, people's lives, how they live, what they do. Once you do this, all the subtler aspects of life will disappear. We will even forget why we exist. Our whole…
Many ways we seem to have.
Yes. So we will even forget why we exist and sense-sex will drive our lives. No. One important thing is to ensure that if we are talking about India as a country, one most important thing is the reason why whatever fluctuations happen in the world did not affect common people, and even today it does not actually. What affects common people is that whether there's a good monsoon or not. Because we produced our own food, we used the land. People largely lived out of the land and still are living out of the land. We have to change that for better utilization of human resource, because right now almost 60 to 65% are involved in agricultural production. If you translate it into life, what this means is for 100 people to eat, 65 people are cooking food. Doesn't make sense in terms of human resource. But we are in a transition from subsistence farming to commercial ways of existence. Unfortunately, we are in transition for too long. See, when you want to make a transition from one system to another, in a very organized, planned way, we must move quickly within a certain time limit. If you don't have a time limit set as to in how many years are you going to make this transition, you keep on doing the transition for half a century, transition itself will become a state and that will become a disastrous state. In many ways, that is what India is suffering. For the rest of the world, the reason why the economy happens the way it does is, it is a very exclusive economy. Only a small number of people are driving and benefiting from the larger economy in the world. I don't know the numbers exactly, you should know the numbers. People generally say 80% of the wealth is owned by some 2% of the people or 3% of the people, whatever the percentage, but still it's a minuscule percentage of population which controls the economies of the world. So once it's like this, definitely it is bound to happen. The only safety for the economy is every human being on this planet should have a role to play in some way he must be involved. A more inclusive way of conducting economics has to be looked at, and not looking at economics as a goal by itself. Economics is only a means for a good life for human beings on this planet. Because right now our economy is not growing because of the larger number of people getting involved in the economic process. It is growing because a small number of people are growing their needs and their usage of the planet in a limitless way they are going. So economies are growing because small percentage of people are using phenomenally, rather than large number of people using things sensibly. That's how economics should grow. Whichever way, economics cannot be a goal by itself, it can only be a means. So, everywhere gloom you're talking about, actually a few years ago they asked me to handle a session in 2008 when the first recession hit at the World Economic Forum. The session I was supposed to handle was recession and depression.
I'm sure you solved the depression bit, but
I said, recession is bad enough, you don't have to be depressed on top of it. But right now, the way we built our economic system is such that if it does not work, we will be depressed. If it really works, we will be damned.
Damned?
Yes.
Why do you say that?
We built the economic system in such a way, it's all about more, more and more. There's only one planet to use from. Right now they've located another one, some I don't know how many light years away. It seems there's another planet better than the planet Earth, but we are not going to get there in our generation, nor maybe in 10 generations we won't get there. Today, the living Earth statistics say that if all the people on this planet get the kind of conveniences and comforts that an average American person has, we need 4.5 planets. We have only one. So obviously, we are creating an economic system which is senseless. I believe if you consciously curtail this and spread it more, make it more inclusive, we would be able to maintain a certain rhythm for a certain period of time. If you just let it grow according to its own, the way it mushrooms, the way it is doing it is bound to be slipping and collapsing again and again because a large number of people are not involved in the economic process. And limitless usage of things is our idea of growing economics. Definitely it's a destructive process, we will be damned. The only reason why the world is still on is, see, with the kind of technologies that we have today, if all the 7 billion people become very industrious and start working 12 hours a day, the planet doesn't have more than 15–20 years of life left. So fortunately, 50% of the people are lazy. So human sense is not saving the planet, human intelligence is not saving the planet, nor love or compassion. Human lethargy is saving the planet. This is not a good way to shape ourselves.